place behind me, the Horse and Stables Pub. We're going to be performing tonight. But first I'm going to record a special video podcast with a couple of the comedians I'll be performing with. So hopefully this will be a lot of fun.
I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. Blues, women and blues. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. I'm an asshole, I'm rude. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere.
Folks, we are here recording an episode of On the Road with Dr. Brian King in London, England. What's so funny?
They're giving me the giggles.
They're comedians.
Yeah,
you know,
well, they're doing their job already.
All right, well, I don't make you laugh. Anyways, folks, this is Dr. Brian King. We're here in London, England, and we're about to interview 4 comedians here in the local comedy scene. Is that right, sir?
That's right.
All right. I don't expect you to remember everybody since you just met them. So normally you would give the introductions,
okay.
But I will give the introductions. And before I do, I want to say something. I met these guys online. I met them online, I don't know, maybe like a year or 2 ago.
Sure.
So those of you who might be comedians listening to this, I run a comedy Facebook writing group. It has about 6,000 members to it. It's a really big thing. It's one of the biggest comedy related groups on Facebook. And I don't know how these guys found me, but they found me. And they joined and signed up, and they're great guys. I mean, they're funny. They would always consistently write good stuff, you know. And you know, over here they freely use a word that starts with C, which is a you know,
Australia too. It's like every other word.
Yeah. Some of my American sensitive members
see
of the
that
group
being an issue. Yeah.
Found that to be problematic, and we had to let these guys go. I've invited them back into the group because I feel like they never meant it in a bad way. You know, they never meant it in the way that you know, it was all good fun. It's just a word that they throw around here. Yeah, you know, so I invited them back. All right, so without any further ado, let me go ahead and introduce my guests here today. We have Julius Howe. There's a microphone here. You can. And we have Kieran Atkins.
Kieran Atkins, hi.
I'm so glad I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah,
it's an uncommon name in the United States, you know, Atkins.
Atkins, yeah.
And we got Richard Clarke, right, playing drums. And we got the newcomer. Now this fourth person, they just sprung on me. He's the rookie. I don't really know much. Your name's Brett. Last name?
Sharpe.
Brett Sharpe?
Yeah.
All right. And you guys are comedians, right?
So,
You're very quiet comedians. There are 4 people. They all answered by nodding their heads.
Yeah. This works for the video, sort of, and not so much for the podcast.
Yeah. Do you get much podcasts in the UK?
We get a lot of podcasts, don't we?
yeah,
but something
8 or 9.
So you know it's an audio format, right?
all run by the government.
Oh, are they really?
All licensed, yeah.
Thank you so much for having me in your club and your show. I should also mention that we're in a room where they perform comedy on a regular basis, so we're going to do that tonight.
Yes, and I'm going to mention the reason why I keep looking over my shoulder is Alyssa's joined us as well in the background.
Yeah, she's okay.
Headlining.
Yeah, oh man, she might be. You never know. But
This is why we're saying the C word, Rob.
There you go.
Actually saying the C word.
The C word instead of the actual C word. Yeah, no,
To go back to that though, I think it's because you Americans, you sexualized it, and it was never meant to be.
No, that's right, yeah.
What's the C word in America? I thought it was cameo, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's not. Maybe it's sexualization, but then it became real derogatory.
Very, yeah.
And that's the thing.
Because it seems to be, from what I understand, the C word in the States tends to refer to a woman, right?
Right. But you guys use it to each other or anybody, right?
To your best friend.
Yeah.
To your worst enemy.
Your mother.
You've met her, have you?
That might be the derogatory version.
So is the C word worse than douchebag?
No, I don't think so. Because you call a guy a douchebag and he's just like, hey, you know.
Yes, it is.
You call a girl a
Absolutely,
C word, and they'll divorce you.
A douchebag, that's just a tool, isn't it? It's like calling someone a syringe.
I have no. We may have reached the language barrier. What's that?
Have you ever called anyone a syringe?
Never.
No, that's a new one. Yeah. What's a syringe? I mean, I know what a syringe is.
Draw blood out of someone.
Yeah.
You know what
Or
a
put
syringe
something
is?
else in.
Or heroin.
Yeah.
So a syringe is like calling somebody an addict when you say, is that what?
No, you're just calling them like a piece of medical equipment. The
Oh.
dish bag is just to clean
Ah,
your anus, isn't
gotcha.
it?
I guess so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
Or vagina.
Right. I think it's actually.
Vagina, really?
No, I think a douchebag's actually probably more.
Don't use the same one for both.
Right. Well, you want to.
Quieten down.
You want to go front to back, is what I've learned being a father of a
Yeah.
daughter. Tell me a little bit about yourselves, first of all. Let's start with Julius. How long have you been doing comedy, man?
Almost 5 years.
Okay. Where'd you get started at?
London.
How appropriate.
It was hard.
Yeah. Now I can imagine.
Come up with jokes and then I had to say them.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, he was there.
Were you there? How
We
long?
started the same day.
Yeah.
You guys started together?
Yeah.
Was it an open mic type
We were
situation? or-
conjoined twins then.
Yeah.
Since been dismembered.
Yeah.
Nice. Kieran, how about you, man? How long have you been doing it?
Well, I dabbled with comedy at university, but I met these guys about, what, 4 years ago, something like that?
More.
More
I know
than
that.
In a KFC, actually.
In a KFC after a comedy show, and we began to hang out really.
Uh-huh.
So that's Kentucky Fried Chicken for America.
Okay, yeah, Kentucky Fried
No,
Chicken.
we get the acronym.
Wasn't sure if you had
Our
it over
shops
there or
no
not.
longer actually say Kentucky Fried
What does it
Chicken,
say?
and probably
They
the
just say
younger
KFC.
generations have no
Yeah.
idea
Oh,
what it
really?
stands for.
They've phased out the whole Kentucky Fried thing.
What do you call Popeyes? Just P.
Popeyes is P. McDonald's is
He was talking
MD.
to me, so.
Yeah.
All right.
It's okay. It's okay. It's his show. You know, he's the booker for tonight. So.
So yeah, so we just had to hang out really and talk about comedy and stuff like that.
Do you remember what you ordered?
Am I still at KFC?
You're still at the point at KFC.
KFC's
You're not
gone
still,
now.
You're not having like a KFC flashback.
I'm having a non-flashback. God. Yeah, so sort of comedy that I guess that I do with these guys is mainly like video. So we have a couple of video series that we have up. I never personally really enjoyed stand-up all that much. I think mainly because I was just too nervous.
But how long have you been doing it? I missed that.
We've been doing the comedy series now, what, about a year I guess?
Yeah.
I think it's been. And I've actually always enjoyed it. I feel that I could be more creative in the way that I act and so on by doing the video stuff.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy it.
Well, we love our video stuff. You know, it's just it's a whole different dimension.
I like your video
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
as
have
well.
you seen them?
Oh, I've seen them. Clips for sale, everyone.
The YouTube or the YouPorn? Sure. I didn't know.
So you film your videos in a different dimension.
I do. Richard, what about you, man? You started the same time as
Yeah,
Julius.
I started the same day.
You want to give us what'd you think of this guy when he first went up?
I opened with my Hitler Gandhi joke.
He twisted my arm to start doing it. Actually, I've always thought of doing it, but I never started it till I was, what would I have been, 34 maybe. So, yeah, I've always fancied doing it.
Yeah.
I say to a lot of people, I never even did karaoke till I was 28. I was too nervous to
Oh, bless.
wow.
hold a mic in front of people, let alone do. So it seems strange I even started stand-up.
You never even spoke until you were 22.
I liked him more back then.
he was a late bloomer. That's what he was.
Einstein, you
You
know.
know, the word bloomer is slang for
Is it
Yeah.
really?
underwear.
Is,
Yeah.
that, is
Yeah.
that offensive in England?
Worse than the C word.
If you call someone a pair of trousers over here, you've got
Oh,
it.
God.
Yeah. So
Well,
when
that's
I
what you call trousers pants, don't you?
we
Yeah.
do, we call them
And we
pants.
call pants,
Boxer shorts, or, yeah.
well,
white
white
shorts.
shorts. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Like underpants, basically.
Uh-huh.
We
Underpants
call them
are.
just pants.
These are pants, but you call them trousers.
Hey, you know what? I gotta. So,
No, don't go there.
don't go there.
No.
Let me just say, the sizes over here. We're clearly different sized people. Europeans versus Americans. You know.
Although we're catching up with you.
You are, but clothing wise, so I ran out of clean clothes and we went to go buy some underwear, and I bought double XL, and they don't even fit my 2-year-old.
Asia's more extreme because when I always wear large, and it always says France large, England large, something else large, and then Asia extra large.
Yeah.
Always extra large, because they're a bit more petite.
So you brought up a sore point for me. I tried on that underwear this morning.
So
And
you've been commando since.
I've been actually no. I've just been really, really
What, you grossed
uncomfortable.
I mean, it's too hot to go commando.
It's terrible.
For that.
Just put that talcum powder on it.
And there's like testicle soup down there.
I've been.
I'm the one who went out and bought the laundry detergent and has been.
But she also insisted on buying me the European like tiny little.
I tried to get out of it, you know.
Oh, that's a very continental thing. That. Yeah, that's very continental.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. Karen, I might have to borrow some underwear from you. No.
Well, you know, maybe hang on to them. It's something to kind of work towards.
It's ambition.
You've got to fill those pants. Yeah, exactly.
Shrink down into them. But so I don't know. We were talking about underwear. How did we start talking about underwear?
We were talking about differences in
Bloomers.
language. True.
Late bloomer. That's why. Okay, I want to get back on course now. Finally, we haven't heard from Brett really. Like, how'd you get started, Brett?
I was working like in an office, and somebody who actually started there, who I got on with quite well, was already doing stand-up comedy. In fact, they were emceeing at an open mic night where you could literally just go in and put your name down and perform that night on a list. So he sort of encouraged me a bit, and I'd had quite a bit to drink in the run straight from work. We were down there. So by the time I got to the club, I'd had a few, so I sort of felt brave enough to put my name down, and it actually went okay, even though I had no real set.
Yeah.
The thing is with actually Brett's very humble, I think, because in the open mic scene in London, he's actually very, very good. In fact, he's actually known as the Mick Jagger of comedy.
Oh yeah. Nice.
The open mic scene.
What does that actually mean?
Well, I don't know.
He's still got it and
That's
he
what
can
they call
dance,
you.
or
Yeah, he's got the moves like Jagger.
Just so rock and roll with his comedy, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and also he hangs around with Keith Richards as well, doesn't he?
Or there's that.
I hear Keith Richards is a good laugher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. I read about that. You know, I've never met him because I'm not that cool.
And if there's a drink minimum, bring him.
I think it's because you're not that young.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, you have no idea.
Female enough.
Yeah, that sort of drunk, that sort of laugh.
I mean, he laughs a lot because he's just high all the time. He's there, he's like so high all the time. This guy.
I think he's faking it.
He's got to be if he's...
Here's my theory in him though is that he's so old, and there's no way he could have lived that long with the lifestyle that he claims. You know what I mean? Like he parties, but not as much as we think he parties.
I think he's drinking cold tea.
It might, yeah, it could.
I think it's more likely Virgin's blood.
You know, Ron White.
We get many of them here.
Comedian Ron White is very famous for always having alcohol on stage, right? That's not alcohol; it's like colored water. You know, so I feel like Keith is just faking it.
Hang on, he gets drunk on coloured water.
Apparently, he's a lightweight.
I started watching him recently, Ron White. I've never heard of him until about a year ago.
Oh yeah.
Had a Netflix special.
Wow. No.
I can't go as low as his voice. I need to smoke cigars for 40 years.
Yeah. Plus, you need to do the exact same joke like your entire career. Just keep building on it and calling yourself Tater Salad. That's basically.
Oh, Tater Salad.
Yeah. Oh, you know who I'm talking about now. Okay. You know, he is pretty well known, but I guess maybe not so much over here. You know?
No, I had an American friend show me how annoying it was.
Who are the big comedians over here? Who are the ones that we haven't heard of?
Jimmy Carr, I imagine. He's on Netflix now, though, isn't he? Jimmy Carr.
Yeah.
He's very sweary, but
Jamali Maddox.
oh, he's good. Yeah.
Michael McIntyre's getting
Adele.
Yeah.
See, I don't think I've heard of Jimmy Carr. I haven't heard of these other people.
Yeah, they're very good.
In comedy, you guys tour a lot, or just mainly around the London area?
Yeah, we tour around London lately.
It's a big area.
Do you mean like Zone 1?
You can tour around the UK. We have trains that connect.
I'm talking about you personally. Have you done comedy?
I've done comedy in places as far away as Manchester and Portsmouth.
Oh, very good.
I quite like comedians that say they're on tour, but they're touring open mic nights.
I like the comics that sort of say that they're on tour, but they're sleeping in a car.
You know,
America.
I have
done it too,
done
man.
all of those things.
So of course in England that's not even imaginable because you can get everywhere in almost a day.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But
was going to say I've done Canada actually. I did a couple of gigs.
Oh, yeah?
I did Yuck Yucks in Toronto.
Nice.
One, and then another open mic place in Toronto.
I think that qualifies you as an international comedian.
Yeah.
There you go.
How did Yuck Yucks go?
All right. The open mic one was probably a bit better.
I've always known British comedians to do really well over there, and I don't know if it's just because of the dialect difference or what, but yeah, yeah, well, you might be. You invented the language, so you're better at it than us, really.
You invented stand-up comedy, didn't not you personally?
Well, I did personally.
Yeah. Didn't think of that.
Americans have invented a lot of things, but yes, no, stand-up comedy is one, and people don't really give us credit for that. Yeah, jazz. And we also invented the reason why you guys got kicked out of my group.
We did invent that reason.
No.
Invented, no.
Well, PC is what he said.
Perhaps.
Yeah,
I
everybody
think
else.
actually, to go back as well to the Facebook group about different types of humour, one of the things that I think one of the reasons I think why we joined, I think I got a message from Julius, in fact, saying about this group, and the jokes here are amazing. And there's one particular poster that we really liked. That was Jim Music. And we were falling ourselves laughing at the jokes because you just don't really get jokes like that over here, which are these sort of very like wisecracky, but almost, dare I say it, sorry Jim, but sort of very sort of cheap, plasticky, wisecracky type jokes.
Yeah.
And
kind of fun corniness to it.
Corny,
exactly,
yeah.
they were so corny. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And so I think we somehow had this unspoken arrangement between us that we would also do jokes like that.
Ah, okay.
And I don't think we were competing at all. Towards the end, maybe we were. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe Dave.
Only Dave was. Yeah.
So
Big shout out to Jim Music if he's listening.
Yeah, massive shout out.
I hope he does listen.
Big fan.
Hope he
Big
does.
fan.
Jim, he's a good guy. I've never met him personally, but he's a good guy.
No, we've had a lot of interactions.
Yeah,
so.
his joke writing is interesting to me, and like you say, but he's consistent. Like
Very much,
everything.
yeah.
A lot of people who join my comedy group are turned off because they see a lot of bad jokes, and
Well, you have to
not
remind
saying
them, like,
that
this
Jim is a bad joke writer. I'm just saying like there's a lot of, because people are posting things that they're working on.
Well, not everyone is going to be the best joke writer.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of shit there. Of course, it's the internet. It's a Facebook group.
What is so funny is that someone will post a joke that isn't very funny, and then people will lose their shit about it.
Yeah, they get angry. They get angry about it.
This is awful.
Some of the
Why am I wasting? No,
Like
what
they
they
don't-
do is
they-
they go,
they-
why am I wasting my time in this group? I could be doing it, and then you go, why do you spend all that time posting about it?
But there's a group called Comedy Complaints.
Yeah.
That seems to
I'm very
fall
aware.
to this group.
I'm very aware of comedy complaints.
And
People
God.
post in there about my group all the time.
They actually hate me on there. Oh God!
Oh, do they really?
But to be fair,
Making lots of friends.
I told a very offensive joke in your group. A very, very offensive
I
joke.
can't remember. Was it the C word joke or was it a different one? Okay.
Okay, so it's the whole reaction against this sort of PC-ness, but I don't think that the PC there was very sincere. I think people just looking to shame others. So I posted this joke, which was, why is Usain Bolt the world's fastest man? Why does he run so fast? I think I said something along the lines of, because the child support agency are after him.
Okay.
Now, I didn't make the link myself that it's because he's black. Everyone else did.
Oh, I remember that.
Right?
Yeah,
And it was like a 500
No, the joke was funny,
shitstorm.
but then people were inferring that it was a racist.
They were inferring. I certainly wasn't. And so but it's like 500 comments. And then I was typing in my name on Facebook, and I was finding it in like comedy complaints and all these other groups about what an arsehole that I am and all this kind of stuff.
This is the problem. This is the problem in America with comedy. And I don't know how much of it is over here, but with this PC thing and then these social justice warriors, it's like
Even people like Dave Chappelle have said they're going to stop doing comedy.
It's
because
very
it's
difficult,
getting to be
man.
too much, and he just put out his brand new Netflix special.
And it has, and Kevin Hart gave up the Oscars because of a tweet that he made. 20, you know what I mean? Like, And it's just like it's just terrible what they're doing to comedians. You know, they're killing the comedy.
Yeah, there's
So-
like this sort of moral McCarthyite
Yeah.
kind of thing happening.
Yeah.
Like 15, 20 years ago, most of your celebrities were paedophiles and sexual abuse. And now, this day, you can't even make a homophobic joke, can you?
I've taken a less active role in the day-to-day operations. It's just too big, and I'm too busy.
Listen, I mean, the jokes that we actually were posting there, they were amazing. You had this sort of joke where your setup would be so long,
Yeah.
be about 5 or 6 paragraphs,
And a very, very weak pun at the end.
for the weakest pun at the end.
But surprisingly, I've done those jokes on stage and they go down incredibly well.
Yeah. Audiences.
Within the spirit that they're intended.
Yeah.
They're intended to be.
They're jokey
purposefully.
joke. It's just like, it's like I'm telling you something stupid and funny. You know,
It's
that's it.
amazing though that in the group, say for example, is that you get some angry response, usually from someone with like blue hair or something like that, going, "What? You're going to do that on stage?"
I found it was usually
It's so wound up.
a really angry man with a beard who was sleeping in his car. And, and then you just Google him and there'd be like 50 videos of him utterly dying open mics in America. And you go, well, go on then, you do something better.
Yeah, in the end, I'd then start commenting on people's jokes, saying that's stage ready, being sarcastic, or just a photo of the Sopranos saying forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were just trolling. That's what you were doing.
Yeah, it's
relentless. What did you
It's
just
like
say?
you just bringing memes on stage.
What about the Only Fools and Horses group?
You can start with
So,
that.
what
So-
do you two think, if you don't mind me asking, by the
Yeah.
way, about English sitcoms?
We don't see
We
a
don't know
lot
that
of them.
much of them.
Yeah, honestly,
No.
we don't get a lot of them over
We
there.
used to have.
You know what we
some
do?
that are very old,
Well, you know what we
but-
do? We take your
Rewrite.
sitcoms and we turn them into American sitcoms.
I understand there's
Yeah.
one called.
Ricky Gervais,
Love
you know,
my neighbor.
became what's his face? Now I can't. Steve Carell.
Carell.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I think actually it was Brett who actually told me about this one, but Sanford and Sons,
Uh-huh.
Steptoe.
which was an English version of
That was
Steptoe and Sons.
Really? You got that was English before it became
Yeah.
Sanford?
And
Wow.
so seeing it as being this black family, it was so unusual to see.
Yeah.
It was very unusual.
One of my all-time favorite shows is The Young Ones. You guys made that.
Oh, yeah, that was brilliant. It's
you
really
know.
good.
And I quote it all the time. Sarah's not a big fan of it, and so every time I do a Young Ones quote, it just kind of lost. You know, I'm like.
What's it about it that you don't like?
No, she
I don't
hasn't
know
seen
anything
it
about
much.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, right,
yeah.
right, right.
So it's kind of a difficult reference when you
Yeah.
have no idea.
So a lot of the
Yeah.
sitcoms in America that you like accept as being like
American?
top sitcoms in
Benchmark.
America
Uh-huh.
have a basis in British sitcoms like Family Ties. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, yeah.
Was,
That was
that
British.
was a series before in England called Upstairs Lives the Major.
Yeah,
I don't know. What's a comedy scene like in London? Because I'll be honest, tonight's show is the only bit of it that I'm going to see. You know, I'm not doing any other comedy in London.
Worth attending.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
here.
probably the best one.
Is it really? Okay, good.
One.
It's indicative.
Probably would have had your film.
In all seriousness, it's kind of an interesting set of shows that we do because we tend to sort of choose acts which are very diverse, but the quality is actually very high. So, I mean, you tend to get to know the acts fairly well, don't you? Anyway, through your own touring and stuff.
If I can.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
Foreign country.
it's ironic because Sarah and I have been trying to come over here for years, and our intent was we would come to London, stay for several months. I would try to break in. American comedians have always told me that they come over here and they're really well received, you know, especially like from Bill Hicks, who I was a big fan of when I was younger. He would talk about that, you know, to every other comedian who has ever done London has told me, and so I was like,
Noah.
yeah, and so I was just like, he's not American, but I always wanted to come over here and just spend several months at a time, and trying to do comedy. Hey, Alyssa's joining us. I think she's curious about you guys.
Come on.
So we got the show tonight. What else is going on in you guys' lives and your careers?
I suppose actually, just if you don't mind me sort of going on about the sitcom bit again. One of the. No, I'm really interested. I'm really
Go ahead.
interested.
I think it's great.
I'm really interested. It's not when I watch. Yeah, get me one. When I watch sort of sitcoms like Friends and The Big Bang Theory, I find that the formula's really interesting. It all seems to be based very much on this sort of wisecracking type jokes where you get lines like "No more coffee for you," and then there'll be a laugh.
It's
and I'm
terrible.
thinking, where did that come from?
That was a good line, that.
Like, where did that writing style come from? Or,
Yeah, I guess so,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have no, that's a really good question. It's interesting.
Well, and there are paid audiences as well, and
Yeah, but I mean the format though. Like, how did that format
David
evolve?
Sedaris sort of comes from the...
It was
I know that
was it Lucy?
just this year we were living in Durango, Colorado, and I had quite a long commute. I was listening to like public radio, and there was a professional comedy writer, unfortunately I don't remember his name, who worked a lot with Jay Leno and a lot of the greats and David Letterman. And
It's like that's everybody
his
basically.
thing was, on television, it has to fit on a cue card. So it cannot be longer than 3 lines, and ideally that's how it worked. And if he said nope, he would just throw it out. I'm not using it. So he worked so hard on this, big long spiel. And sorry, I'm not doing the bit because it has to fit on a cue card. And it's not just the format and line of the punch. It has to fit here, so I can easily read it to an audience.
Right.
Just have a smaller font.
Yeah, there you go. So we're gonna wrap up soon. I think I was asking you guys about the London comedy scene.
London comedy scene. I haven't got anything to say about it, Julius.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's all right. You
Chicken
guys,
over.
Maybe you need to tour a little more to get some perspective.
It's more than one.
I'm gonna put post that. It's like London comedy scene.
It's all right.
If you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, even better. Yeah. Nice tagline.
If you take laughing, you'll love it.
Although for Americans coming over here, you're not treated very well here, so stay.
Really?
Just stay in America.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What we actually tend to do though for this night, when we know that we have an audience there that actually do come from the States, we have a laugh track. So just include those in.
You'll need it. You'll need it.
Like the sitcoms.
Yeah.
That's it. There is an actual laugh track that we do
good.
on the shittest jokes.
So when people are just really bad, I might actually just read from the comedy writing group.
That's what I did. That would be something that I would
Here's
watch.
one that seems pretty funny. He got 27 comments, so it must be good.
This is excellent. Yeah, that'd be really funny. That'd be really funny.
Isn't that ironic that the more comments you get, there's probably the measure of like how bad the joke is? All right, we need to wrap this up. We'd only do about half-hour episode. I think most people probably stop listening after the first 5 minutes. So how can people get in touch with you guys and find you guys and see you and stuff like that?
Not the comedy writing group.
Let's go through Julius. Let's start with you. You got a website or something?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me?
So it's juliushowe.co.uk. Yeah, co.uk. And then for videos, it's big comedy videos.
Sweet. And Brett, how about you, man?
Well, I haven't got my own website or anything like that, so I'm just really on Facebook. But I only take the gig for Julius these days. So if you go on his website, you'll find out virtually all the stuff.
There you go. 2 for 1.
Yeah, Richard?
You can find me on Richard Clarke on Facebook. That's just my own account. And also Clive Stokes reaction videos. Add me on Facebook. I react to different hip-hop videos or whatever videos flavour at the moment. So
That sounds incredibly entertaining.
I can't wait for your fans to listen to it.
Really?
mind-blowing.
I'm going to recommend all my fans check it out, and let's have a special discussion about
this.
this.
Video is a reaction on Lil Pump Gucci Gang.
Kieran, what about you, man?
You can just find me on his website, on the YouTubes.
Grinder.
On the YouTube.
Grinder. Yeah, Grinder. A lot.
You're in that sitcom, aren't you? What's the name of
Yeah.
that? One you were in? You had a small role in.
Oh, Mrs. Jones's Bicycle.
That's it.
Yeah,
Good.
I was in that. So you can find me if you look me up on that.
Oh
It's
yeah.
on IMDb.
Are we talking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I can't tell. I can't tell when you guys are joking.
That's obviously a
This
real
is
sitcom.
So that's an actual sitcom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. It features a character called Mark Mudflaps.
You're only in it for one episode, aren't you?
Yeah, only one.
That's all you need. Yeah.
But
get
he's on camera for the whole episode.
Nice. Hey, folks. This has been. Whoa! Right when we're ending, Alyssa decides to fall off a couch. Are you okay, baby? Are you okay?
I'm with the bag.
Folks, this has been another episode.
It all ends in tears.
I'm gonna get this podcast ending out. Folks, this has been another episode of On the Road with Dr. Brian King. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye. Oh, Alyssa, I'm so sorry, baby. It was probably just a loud noise. It wasn't, I don't think that was painful.
Good work.
I think that was just loud. Aw, poor girl.
I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. Booze, women, and booze.